Good evening. This is the market update for buy sell short for Thursday, April 10th. No, the world did not come to an end today. Everything is okay. We still have a temper tantrum ongoing in the bloated NASDAQ stocks, which is yet again the big reason why we're seeing stocks down big. It actually spread over to all the other indices, but it was the NASDAQ yet again leading us lower. And within that segment, the biotech bloats, the Biogens, the Gilead, all those other ridiculously priced pharmaceutical stocks taken to the woodsheds again, and it's just spread throughout the market. Nasdaq down over 3%. We had the Dow down 267 points. And this after yesterday's big move on the market. If we flip over to the Dow Daily, I mean, it's almost hidden right here. We had that big up move. Fed came out. We got a little bit more view on what the Fed is actually thinking, and up we went, 181 points. Today, down 267. Robots are just going after each other, killing each other, and, what can you say? What we're seeing happening in the market, other than this allocation, I believe it's an allocation, reallocation, out of these bloated stocks into some other stocks. But when you see these kind of moves, it tends to breed panic, and it brings eyeballs to the business media, so they hype the panic a little more, also that they can get views. Interest rates down pretty big over the last 2 days thanks to what the Fed did, and that is causing a lot of reallocations as well. Now, I will say, typically when we see big sell-offs in the market, we tend to see oil and basic materials stocks and prices get hammered. I mean, we see oil down, gold down. Today we had oil flat. We had gold up. So what does that tell us? Could tell us one or two things. Could tell us that we are going to see a nice little bounce back in the market, or we still have the issue of Russia and its pending invasion of Ukraine holding oil and gas prices up and gold prices up. Putin today actually threatening to cut off supplies to Europe, which means that we are in a pretty good place right now with our oil and gas plays that we're sitting on, and I like the other swing plays that we're in right now as well. But anyway, as for the market, all the way back down to the 50-day moving average, this is the level that we were watching. Same thing on the Dow Transports, got taken to the woodshed as well, but the volume is not gigantic volume. It's more of a buyer strike out there. Is it time to panic? I don't think so. We're not in a whole lot of plays. We've got but a handful of plays in select sectors with events coming up with great charts. I think we are fine and dandy. And, this whipsaw action that we're seeing on the market, the news that caused the sell-off, drop in interest rates, in a couple of days, they'll probably be spinning it as a reason why the market's up big on whatever day the market's up. That's just the way the market rolls these days. 15-minute chart on the Dow. We broke down below that upward trend, and we have an extreme negative MACD, the most extreme level we've seen in over a month. And each and every time we've gotten this negative on the MACD, we've seen a couple 100-point bounce back in the market. So let's see what happens tomorrow. We've got the 20-day exponential at 258, at least 100-point upside on that. Let's see what the market brings tomorrow. The selling spread, of course, to all of the other sectors. There's quite a few biotechs in this sector as well, and we got down to the uptrend line as well. Extreme negative MACD. We've got a Friday coming up. The doom and gloomers out in force today, of course. Yesterday, MIA, they were back under their rocks. Today, they're out thumping their chests. Bounce back in the market. Tomorrow, probably the same thing. They'll go hide under their rocks. Let's just see what happens. Is it a time to panic? No. We've got some nice plays. Charts are possibly looking at giving us more downside. But, let's see what tomorrow brings. Is the uptrend line going to hold? We'll know tomorrow. As for stock plays, new monster alert today. NTN Communications. Buffalo Wild Wings. These guys snagged a big contract with Buffalo Wild Wings. You're probably going to start seeing and reading about being able to play games and being able to order your own food, pay your own bill off a tablet sitting in a restaurant. NTN is in with Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings is reporting their earnings in 2 weeks' time. They have made this national rollout a very big initiative for them. And if they're making it a big initiative, it means big dollars is coming towards NTN. As of the first quarter report, NTN had 150 Buffalo Wild Wings using their new Beyond tablet. The filing from a couple of weeks ago stated that it is now up to 400. That's almost a doubling in less than 3 months of the Buffalo Wild Wings rollout. Very bullish for NTN. I sent out an extremely detailed email alert. Big time volume. This is one of the highest volume days we've seen on this stock in over a year on an ugly market session. Just imagine how high this stock would be if the market did not implode today. Positive MACD cross. Last positive MACD cross gave a 50% almost move within a week or so. This is another play similar to our GCV RZ doubler. Manga and ZBB has that kind of potential. And ROX took rocks about a month ago, kaboom, from when we initially profiled it, and it doubled. Almost. Same situation setting up here on NTN. Love the story, love the sector. High growth sector. I mean, restaurants are suffering growth, especially the chain restaurants. These guys are also undergoing trial runs with other national chains. They already have a small contract with Hooters and a bunch of other little plays. So lots of potential press coming on this stock. Great chart setup. Multi-year breakout. Now, as I mentioned in the email, this is a multi-year chart, and this formation here is what we call a W formation. Very bullish setup on stocks. Love using it. Doesn't happen too often, but when it does, big time upside. And that's where we get our $2 target on this one. That is where the top zone of this W projects to. So looking very good for a swing play into the next couple of weeks. And our last couple of plays, i.e. GCV, that was going to be a play into the end of the month, it doubled for us 3 days later. So, yep, maybe we'll get lucky again and get another one of our stocks to go boom within a week. But love the setup here. GCV, RZ, nice little consolidation after that big move. I'd love to see this one get down and test the 45-cent area, maybe even low 40s for us to add back another position on this one. We still have the event play at the end of the month. It's going to be a play that we're going to play many times over the next couple of years on the milestone payment. And, you know, that news that we got about them filing with the FDA versus appealing to the FDA, very bullish. Nice setup here. Mad Cats. Great little move on this one for us over the last couple of days. We are, of course, buying 49, 50, 51 cents on the connection. Very few had that. Mad Cats is the controller for the new Amazon Fire TV product. It is the only controller that they're pumping. When you buy it, they say, hey, buy this controller made by Amazon, which, of course, is made by Mad Cats. Nice pop to 65 cents. Pull back a little bit on the market. We have still due that press release. We could get it any time. And also remember, they're about to launch their Apple controller anytime. This month was the launch period, so we got to get a press release any day on that one. Chart looks great. The way it's been trading over the last couple of days on this move above the 200-day moving average, very good. The last time it traded this nicely was last summer when we saw it make this doubler move over the course of a few weeks. Spike, back test of the 50 or 200-day moving average today, looks great even with the market sucking. DEJ has a big event coming next week. They have an investor conference update. It's not an earnings call, it's an update call. Companies usually do this when they have good news to announce. A lot of positive things have been happening for DEJ over the last month, and it has been reflected in the stock price. Nice fat flag breakout on this one yesterday. Got hurt a little bit with the market today, but you know that's not to be unexpected. We've got natural gas and oil prices very high. I think that we might be getting some joint venture partner news next week. That is my guess on what the news is, and it could be really, really big. Remember, these guys have natural gas assets right smack in the middle of one of the largest natural gas finds in the country. And with Russia threatening to cut off supplies to Europe, that is going to put a premium on U.S. natural gas assets, and the biggies are sniffing around. We are about to get a positive MACD cross. If the market hadn't crapped itself today, we probably would have seen that. Last couple of times, we've seen a significant pop in the price within a day or two, so looking really, really good. The event is next Thursday. Now, I'd be very surprised if we don't get a press release beforehand so that they can talk about the big news at the investor conference. So maybe we'll get the news tomorrow. Maybe we'll get it Monday, Tuesday. I just hope they release it either during the market hours or pre-market and not this late after-hour stuff that they've been doing. Get a bang for your buck on this news that should be big, that is forthcoming. Quick mention on PTN. Chart looks great. Stair stepper. Just waiting on that partner news. Hopefully it'll come out very soon. And actually, we're getting back down to that extreme negative MACD level. And remember, the last couple of times we've seen that happen, we've seen a pretty substantial pop in the stock price. So looking really, really good. I like our swing plays right now. High cash, few swing plays. And that's a great place to be as the market tries to decide what it's going to do. What's the market going to do tomorrow? You know, as I've said many times, a gap down, washout, bounce setup would be great in the morning, but they always manage to bounce us and not do that. So let's see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised to see us bouncing 75 to 100 points tomorrow. You know, the robots back and forth, they go. So that's it for the video. Have an awesome night and see you all in the chat room tomorrow. Bye.